Our next congressman helps someone you're going to learn about a little bit later who is referred to as question 26. But right now, let's welcome from Ohio, Congressman Brad Wenstrup.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You all look fantastic. Thank you so much for coming up here today. So proud of you. It is your house. It is your house. I do want to remind you that this trip is not a tax-deductible expense. Be sure you remember that. Also, you know, when my office is in Longworth, and when I walk in the main entrance there to the left, in the wall, it says, "In God We Trust." As I look at this $5 bill, it says, "In God We Trust." It shouldn't have to end there. It should continue with those that are here to serve you. And it has not done that. It has let us down tremendously. Being from Cincinnati, I'd much rather be bragging about the Cincinnati Reds than talking about the IRS agency there, as you might imagine. Somebody asked me recently, "Well, what's the IRS mean?" And I said, "It's really sickening." That's what it means to me. It's really sickening. You know, I grew up at a different time. I watched Superman. I believed in truth, justice, and the American way, and that's how I was brought up. That's how I was brought up, and I grew up with the belief that we, the people, control this government. As Ronald Reagan pointed out, other governments, their constitution says what the government gives the people the right to do, and ours says we, the people, grant the government certain rights, and that has slipped away from us, my friends. Well, we're going to get it back. We're going to get it back, and we're going to fight on all fronts. You know, I think at the end of Saving Private Ryan, when Captain Miller dies and he says, "Earned this, earned this," and the elderly Private Ryan turns to his wife years later and says, "Tell me I've been a good man. Tell me I've led a good life." I wonder how many people that play political games with the American people in their job as professionals of the federal government can look at their family and say they've led a good life. They've got to think about that, and we're not going to stand for it. The IRS is not there to pick on us. They're there to serve us, and they better know that, and we need to get rid of those that don't understand it. This is the challenge of our generation. When I first got sworn in, I went to the Library of Congress, and I saw all the things that America has done throughout its history that have been great things, that have been an influence and an example for the world. And I turned to my wife and I said, "What are we leaving? What is this generation leaving?" Well, it's going to leave the actions and the results of you being here today and what comes out of our fight to make sure that we are a free people and a people of a government of the people and not the other way around. I'm first an American. I'm a veteran. I'm a physician. Thank you. I'm a husband, and I'm the father of a child that will be born in November. And I am determined as you are, as I have said to every veteran, especially those of World War II, that their efforts will not be in vain, that we will leave this country better than we found it, and leave that for our children. Thank you. God bless you. Appreciate you being here today.
In March,